Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of Inside the Den. Today we're going to take a look at the top 10 free-to-play fantasy MMORPGs for 2011. If you want to tell us your list, head on over to MMOden.com/forums, let us know the games that you think should have been on the list that maybe weren't, or tell us if you agree or disagree with the list that we've created. This is my personal list, so you may or may not agree with it, but here we go, the top 10 free-to-play fantasy MMORPGs. Alright, starting off the countdown at number 10, we've got Eden Eternal. Eden Eternal was launched in June of 2011 and since then has already received several updates, including updates to increase the number of classes available and the races available since launch. Now, Eden Eternal does tout a highly unique class-based system, which allows players to play all classes with one individual character. Now, the class system also creates many unique options. As you level up certain characters, they become prerequisites to open up other character classes. The game has tons and tons of quests to complete, loads of instances to challenge groups of players or even solo play, a crafting system that actually leads to useful items for players, and a combat system that's a little bit of a hybrid between an action and a button mashing system. Solid anime-inspired graphics are abound everywhere, and loads of monsters to challenge players at every single turn. Coming in at number 9, we've got Lineage 2. Now, this game was originally released in late 2003 and just went free-to-play recently in early December of 2011. So it jumped on the list last minute as it's just recently free-to-play. Now, the character creation may seem a bit shallow, especially since you don't have a lot of choices for stylization of your actual character, but the character development is rather deep, with over 30 total classes to choose from as you progress through the game. The game touts some gorgeous graphics and a humongous and gorgeous game world to explore. The game has received regular updates over the years and all free to play now for players. There's tons of pets to get and they do their master's bidding. More interesting than anything is the PvP. You've got worldwide open PvP. Anytime you're outside of town, you're a target. You also have guild-based castle sieges available for massive battles. Since free-to-play launched, the game's player base has absolutely exploded. Next on the list, coming in at number 8, is Allods Online. This is one of the largest budget free-to-play fantasy MMOs, coming in at just over 12 million several years ago. It was launched into open beta in February 2010, and since then, there's been multiple updates. And mainly the big thing is the game developers have listened to their player base and adjusted imbalances and issues, especially those with the cash shop. You've got loads of quests and many that are story driven, unique character classes and races separated out between two warring factions. You've got multiple PvP options, including massive astral battles, where you'll take, and once you get towards the end game, you'll develop and build your own astral ship to go out into the universe and actually battle with groups of other players in massive PvP. As you can see from the video in the background, the graphics are absolutely gorgeous and you've got a highly detailed world. There's many instances to explore and you're never going to run out of things to do in Allods Online. Coming in at number 7 on this year's countdown, Atlantica Online. Officially launched in October of 2008, the game's had massive staying power due to the fact that it's constantly updating with loads of new mercenaries and new areas for players to explore. It touts an innovative turn-based tactical battle system similar to games like Final Fantasy and others of the like. There already are loads of mercenaries for players to recruit to fight by their side as they go into massive PvE and PvP battles. The game world is absolutely enormous, and there's tons and tons of territories for players to explore and tons of monsters to fight. You can see it's a solid graphical engine, and behind that, you've got many different crafting abilities for players to choose from and take up and master. Next on our list is Age of Conan Online, coming in at number 6. Launched in May of 2008 as a pay-to-play MMORPG and migrated over to free-to-play in the middle of 2011. High-end graphics with top-notch voice acting, but highly mature gameplay, as the game has a very violent background and a lot of nudity. The game is regularly updated with both add-ons and expansion packs. You've got a solid and rich storyline that follows not only the books but also the movies. A wide range of abilities and skills for players to master, and a skill-based combat system. The brutal PvP is heavily reliant on player skill, so stay on your toes at all time, or else you'll be the one getting your head chopped off. Forsaken World from Perfect World Entertainment comes in at number 5. This game was available to players in early 2011, and once you're going through the character creation process, you'll see that it has several races and classes to choose from, including vampires, and on top of that, you have literally thousands of choices when it comes to creating your character. A stunning graphical engine that pulls the player in visually, deep achievement system, and thousands of quests to complete and achievements to earn. Instance dungeons and instance daily events to keep players busy almost constantly. An enormous game world to explore and see, loads of mounts to ride around, and tons of companion pets to collect. Multiple PvP options and a one-of-a-kind soul PvP system. And a crafting system that's second to none. Number 4 on our list is Dungeons & Dragons Online. Once again, we've got another game that was launched as a subscription-based game back in 2006, but switched models to free-to-play in September of 2009. Another game with a detailed character creation system with several races and classes to choose from. Rich and detailed storyline for players to quest and adventure through. Dungeon difficulty system, which allows for not only team but also solo adventures. And loot from those adventures is determined by the difficulty that you choose. Many of these instances not only include monsters, but also amazing puzzles and puzzle design inside of these that are very unique and very different. You've got an action-oriented combat system that mixes up your normal button-mashing system with mouse click. You've got duels and brawling PvP system, and the brawls take place in different taverns, so it really gives you that feel. You've got a solid player base that's grown, especially ever since the game went free to play. Moving into the top 3, we're into our medal winners. And the first one we've got at number 3 is Perfect World International. It's first launched in China in 2005, arrived more globally over the next few years, and the game has yet to stop since. Tons and tons of mounts to ride and fly around on. Gorgeous graphics as you roam around, not only on your mount, but go through dungeons, underwater, wherever. The game also has an absolutely enormous player base and fan following. You've got multiple PvP options all throughout the world, a crafting system that's second to none, and before you even get into all of that, one of the best in-depth character creation systems with many playable races and classes to choose from. Regular updates and expansions keep the game fresh and new. And number 2, Runes of Magic. Arrived on the scene in 2009 with a multi-class system that's highly unique. Right out of the gate, it gained an enormous following based upon just the class system alone. The game since then has seen regular expansions and updates, adding new races and new classes. A huge gaming world for players to explore, with fun instances and raids for groups and guilds to conquer. Thousands and thousands of quests for players to take on and challenge themselves as they travel through the world of Runes of Magic. You've got many different PvP options, ranging from one-on-one combat to massive guild battles. You've got a very dynamic item upgrade system with millions of possibilities, with loads of runes that have all kinds of different attributes that you can use to imbue onto your different weapons and items and gear. The adventures never stop in Runes of Magic, and this is one definitely to check out. There we go. We've reached the pinnacle, the top, the number one game, the number one free-to-play fantasy MMORPG from MMO Den. Like I said, this is my choice, so this is my number one game. May not be yours, but it is Lord of the Rings Online. Launched as a pay-to-play or subscription-based game in 2007. Not too long ago, it went free-to-play. Many content updates prior to moving free-to-play in September of 2010, but since then, a lot of that content is now available to the free players. You have one of the most immense and detailed storylines, which follows the books and movies with tremendous detail. You've seen regular updates and expansions over the years, and those just keep coming. Rich and detailed character creation with 4 races and 9 classes to choose from, and a character customization system that rivals any in the industry. A vocation system that provides characters with many artisan choices, and a gorgeous game world to explore and different environments to see. A PvP system that's completely unique from other games on the market. I hope you guys enjoyed today's special edition of Inside the Den. And once again, if you disagree with our list or you want to come and voice your opinion on exactly what you feel should have been the top 10 free-to-play fantasy MMORPGs for 2011, head on over to mmoden.com/forums. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to keep yourself updated as we do release more top 10 lists as the remainder of 2011 closes. Till then, thanks for watching.